Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Blue is the New White podcast. Today, we've got an awesome guest talking about an organization that supports the skilled trades to no end. Jeff Matulich joins us today as the VP of Marketing and Member Services for Egia. For those unfamiliar, Egia is the Electric and Gas Industries Association, a nonprofit organization. But believe me, they're far more than that. They also have a contractor university training platform that focuses on the business side of the trades. They train everyone from those who want to start a business to $100 million companies looking to offer industry-specific continuing education to their staff. In addition to that, they have a $4.5 billion financing division and a foundation that sponsors scholarship programs for those looking to break into the skilled trades industries. And all of that leads into their annual event, EPIC 2021, that stands for Educating Professionals in Contracting. And let me tell you, if you're ready to take your contracting business to the next level, you've got to attend. This is the most highly anticipated educational event of the year for the home services industry. EPIC 2021 will take place October 28th and 29th at Paris, Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip, featuring celebrity keynote presenters like Daymond of Shark Tank, Jon Taff of Bar Rescue, and Captain Sully Sullenberger, airline pilot from You Know It, Miracle on the Hudson. There's going to be breakout sessions delivered by legendary industry experts, access to best-in-class product and service providers, dynamic networking opportunities, and an unforgettable evening party on the rooftop of the Paris. You can get $50 off the registration with my code BLUE50 at epic2021event.com. That's coupon code BLUE, BLUE 50 at epic2021event.com. Believe me, you do not want to miss it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and on our website at bluesthenewwhite.com to receive all the latest updates. As always, this show's not monetized and we don't run ads. We rely strictly on word of mouth from our listeners to further the mission. So if you enjoy this episode, please take a moment to rate it, review it, and share it. The future generations of tradespeople depend on it. They depend on you. So thank you again and enjoy this episode of the Blues the New White podcast with Jeff Matulich. Jeff, welcome to the Blue is the New White podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me, Josh. Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you, man. I'm excited about this conversation and to kind of get the word out here about Egia and what it is and all of that. But before we get into any of that, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, kind of who you are, where how you got to where you are today, that kind of thing.
Sure. So, name's Jeff Matulich. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Member Services at Egia. So I've been with Egia for about 13 years now. And prior to Egia, worked at a company called Liquid Agency, one of the premier brand marketing agencies in Silicon Valley, working with Fortune 500 companies like Visa, Intel, Adidas, companies like that, and was managing high-level marketing initiatives for those companies, and joined Egia, like I said, 13 years ago, really when Egia didn't have any sort of marketing department, marketing staff, barely had a website, and joined Egia, the organization, and since then have been working on turning Egia into one of the largest, if not the largest, contractor association groups that are out there in the country, helping contractors with training programs, financing options, and other tools and resources that they can use to build their business.
Right on. Okay, so a couple questions off the bat. What does Egia stand for?
So Egia is an acronym that stands for Electric and Gas Industries Association. So just so everybody's aware, so Egia has actually been around for over 90 years. And so we've kind of changed over the years in terms of our purpose and our direction, but the name is still Egia. So nowadays, it doesn't necessarily align 100% with what we're doing nowadays. So we that's why we go by EGIA as opposed to Electric and Gas Industries Association. But the origins of the company date all the way back to 90 years ago, and so that's kind of where that name comes from, and why people go, why the Electric and Gas Industries Association? It's a long story.
Interesting. All right, cool. I'm glad I asked. Thank you. I'm curious, what led you to EGIA? I mean, it was a switch, right? 13 years ago, and before they even had a website or anything like that. So what drew you to the organization?
So EGI is a nonprofit organization, so I was definitely interested in joining an organization with a passion for helping others, and so we're really dedicated on helping contracting businesses thrive. So that was a big interest to me. The fact that there was a blank canvas, also that we could create and really turn this into something special, and we're not picking up legacy brands and things like that we had to really kind of work around. So the combination of those two things. Oh, and by the way, my father is the CEO of the company. Also was another thing that was very attractive to me. He realized that EGIA had to go in a certain direction and build its brand and marketing capability. And so the combination of all those three and working with family kind of was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, no, that's great. I relate to that a lot. In my own company, my dad's the owner, and I'm the CEO. And I don't know if your dad's anything like mine, but super old school, and nothing was handed to me.
Yeah. No, I
had to work from the ground up, my friend.
Same deal.
Well, good. That it sounds awesome, and I had no idea. Admittedly, I didn't know what the EGIA was until you guys reached out to me. And then once I started doing a little bit more research, I was fascinated. That I hadn't heard of it, and I think it's just because it's a little bit parallel to my industry. But still fascinating. Once I started doing a little bit of research, so why don't you tell me a little bit more about EGIA itself? I mean, you said it was a long story. I know. Maybe we could, consolidate it a little bit. But like, how did it get started? Do you have any history there?
Yeah. So really, you could really start back in the 50s and 60s, kind of what's worth talking about. But we worked with appliance retailers, pretty primarily, running a lot of their resource efficiency and rebate programs that they offered to their customers. We still do a little bit of that. That's one division of our business, is actually working with government and utility organizations, where we provide back office administration of resource efficiency programs for them. So we don't really work with the appliance retailers. We're really working with the utility companies nowadays. And so, as I mentioned, that's one of the three divisions of what EGIA does now. And so, just to expand upon that, we've got relationships with and contracts with a couple dozen of the largest utilities in the country, water and electric utilities, where we process all of their rebates, provide the customer service, do pretty much everything turnkey for their rebate programs that they're offering to the homeowners within their service area. They're getting service from those companies to save water, to save energy. So that, again, that aligns back to EGIA's nonprofit mission. And so that's one of the areas that EGIA, a lot of people don't know about EGIA now, it's particularly contractors, because it's a whole separate division. But what we're really known for now in the contractor community and in the home improvement marketplace is our Contractor University training platform that we just launched about 5 years ago. And what that is, it's a combination of both online and in-person education around how to run a business. So it's not the technical training where we're teaching contractors how to change the equipment and fix it. It's all about how to run a business. So how do you get your pricing right, your marketing right, your business financials, your sales operations, all of that. We cover that and provide training to not only the leadership of these contracting organizations, but also the staff, so that the owners and general managers and other senior leaders in the organization don't have to be thinking about, okay, well, how am I going to continuously train my staff? EGIA provides all those resources available on demand that they could just leverage with their own team. And so again, it's a combination of online on-demand training. So we have the largest database of educational tools and resources, videos, downloadable templates, everything available on our website, over 3,000 documents around just about every topic you could think of on the business side. And then we couple that with in-person training opportunities as well. So we do educational workshops throughout the country in major, hubs, like Atlanta. We do stuff down in Florida. We do stuff in Texas, Southern California, the Midwest. We station our educational workshops where we'll bring in our trainers and do 1 to 2 day roll up your sleeve workshops on topics like marketing, sales, operations, how to implement a service agreement program, how to hire, things like that. And so as an EGIA member, they gain access to all of that, both the online training as well as the in-person opportunities. And our highest level of membership, they get a free ticket to every single one of the in-person training events that we do. And I think we'll talk about a little bit later and we also do a big marquee conference at the end of every year in the fall called Epic. And then that, is a whole different beast in and of itself, but that's another thing that premium members get free access to. But that's kind of what we do on the contractor training side, membership organization, provide all those resources. And then the third division of what people really know EGIA for is our financing programs. So EGIA over the last couple of decades has funded over $4.5 billion in energy efficient home service upgrades. And we've done that through our financing programs where we've worked with a lot of the leading lending institutions that service the home services industry, and put together programs that have been specially negotiated because of the buying power of our organization, because we have so many contractors. Our member contractors can take advantage of those programs and offer better rates and terms to their customers as a result of that. So as I mentioned, like the financing part of our business is a huge operation here as well. A lot of contractors know us for that, but we're kind of somewhat new in the training space, but about 5 years into it, and really have made huge strides in that area as well.
That's super interesting. I had no idea that you guys covered so much ground there. That's fascinating. So I'm a little curious about this contractor university training platform. So you're about five years deep into that. So is this something like, because what I'm picturing in my head, as you're talking is, the typical contractor, who kind of comes up in the trade, knows the technical aspect of what they're doing, right? And the mechanical aspect of what they're doing. They want to break off, start their own business. Is this the type of training program that would enable them to do that? Is this something they could go through and say, okay, well, now I've got this, I've got the technical aspect down, but I need to learn the fundamentals of business and how to turn this into an actual operation. That's something that they can come to EGIA and get the training for.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of members that do just that. So our training starts with company planning. So how to write a business plan, all the way up through getting you to where your doors are open and you're accepting customers. A lot of our contractors are the largest contractors in the country. I mean, we have members that are doing $100 million a year in sales. Some of the largest ones that are out there. And we also have the guys that are just getting into business. So no matter kind of where you're at, if you're a contracting business or an owner or within a contracting business, EGIA has solutions that's available that really are kind of meaningful for everybody. And as I mentioned, our curriculum spans everything from company planning, sales, marketing, operations, service agreements, pricing, how to train technicians, when they're in the home to communicate effectively with homeowners, maintenance technicians, all of that. Again, it's about the communication and the selling aspect, not the technical aspect of how to actually fix the equipment. Because what we found is, a lot of the people that are getting into this industry, they have the technical aptitude. They just don't have the business experience of how to actually operate a business. That's a totally different animal. And so our platform is designed to really help those contractors not only make smart decisions and optimize their business, but also provide ongoing training, to their staff so that they're, developing the people in their company to be more effective, not only as the owner, understanding, okay, here's how I run my business, but also now I've got a platform that's going to help me develop my people as well.
Yeah, and this is coming at such a great time to you coming on the show and talking about this, because I often talk about a few things that intertwine, right? Like college education compared to the skilled trades and the skilled labor shortage. All of this kind of I'm making all these associations probably in my brain faster than I can actually speak it to you, which happens sometimes. But I think it's fantastic, and what a great tool, for just the industry in general, right? Because here's the narrative that I hear a lot. So the narrative I hear a lot is that most kids are pushed towards a college education, which is fine. If you know what you want to do the rest of your life, and college is a necessary step to get there, then by all means that's great. But then the trades, kind of where we work, right, falls by the wayside. But there are a handful of students and people who look into that route, do their research, and find out, hey, this could actually be a rewarding career. So they get into the trades and they skip the college route, right? And so once they're in the trades and they're doing it and they're seeing that they like it, or if they don't like it, whatever, then they can make another decision later on, whether that's going back to college or continuing their education in one form or another. And in order to really propel the industry forward, the ideal situation is that they continue that education in the form of entrepreneurship. So, when I'm hearing you talk about this contractor university training platform, it just seems like it's the perfect opportunity to help almost all aspects of the trades that you focus on. Because as these people come up and they gain more knowledge, and they have that ambition to operate a company, or even the big ones, right, that you're partnered with, they have that ambition to bring more people in and to train them properly. That's just benefiting the trades as a whole, and really, I mean, making a huge stride in helping close this skilled trades gap that we're seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we haven't even touched on it, but we also have so EGIA is a 501c6 nonprofit organization. We have a 501c3 charitable nonprofit organization called the Egia Foundation. And the whole mission of that organization is to provide scholarships to young individuals that are looking to get into this industry, put them through the technical school. And really it is to try to bridge the labor shortage that we're seeing in this industry. And you hit it, nail on the head there, is that it's the public perception that, and the way things are taught all through the educational system that really steers a lot of people towards, traditional college education. Whereas a lot of people don't know, you can make a great living, a great profession, going into the trades, and HVAC specifically. And so what we're trying to do is change the public perception, provide young individuals with a pathway to pursue this as a career of choice, and help them in the form of scholarships to help put them through technical school. So we have a whole division of our business, another organization, again, mentioned EGIAfoundation.org. We have a young individual facing website, alwaysindemand.com, that kind of highlights the opportunities that exist in this industry. So again, alwaysindemand.com, again, really kind of focused in talking to the young individuals and the scholarship opportunities that exist. But yeah, so once people have gone through the technical training, then as you mentioned, the challenge of, well, how do I actually apply my technical skills in the form of a business? And so really that's where EGIA Contractor University and the tools and training that we provide come in. We've got literally thousands of educational videos, downloadable tools and templates. So things like, how do I write a business plan? Or how do I need to hire a technician? How do I write a role description or a job description for this and get it posted? So we've got all of those things there that are just downloadable, that you can take the template, the best practices that have been created over decades in this industry from people that have stepped on the landmines and made the mistakes themselves and found the right way to do it. And it's been proven. And we've got those tools and resources available. So it provides a shortcut to getting to the overall objective for a lot of people. They don't have to navigate that whole path themselves, and really can lean on the expertise and training and guidance from our expert faculty that has been. It's really like the people that are creating the content for us on our platform are the who's who in the HVAC industry. Some of the largest names that are out there, like Weldon Long, Gary Ellicks, Drew Cameron, names like that have come together to create EGIA Contractor University, that everybody believed in the mission and the goal and the objective. And we've put this platform together that now is available for contractors. And the thing that makes us a little bit different from some of the other organizations that are providing business training to HVAC contractors, as I mentioned, we're a nonprofit. And what we do is when people sign up for EGIA, we always put them through a free 30-day trial first. So we allow them to experience everything that EGIA has to offer before they make the decision, do they want to actually invest into this? Because we're confident that as soon as people just give it a try, they're going to see the value there, and we're going to have them for life. And we're going to be their partners for life, helping them, grow their business and really, achieve the goals and objectives that they have. The second thing that aligns with our nonprofit status is our 100% money back guarantee. So beyond the free trial, so what we do is if a member joins and within the first year up to a full year, we'll provide 100% money back if they say, well, I didn't get as much out of this program as I anticipated, didn't have a chance to utilize it. We say perfectly fine, understandable. Hope you guys will come back when the time is ready. And we back that with 100% money back guarantee there as well. So nobody else in this industry is doing that. They simply can't. But that's what we provide. That is another layer of just, look, we've got your back. We're working with you. Our mission is to help you succeed and to raise all boats in this industry together. And if we can't do that in a particular case with an individual contractor, we don't, there's no risk for a contractor to try EGIA. So we've completely removed that risk from the equation there. And so any contractor that's out there should definitely at least give it a look at egia.org.com, or sorry, egia.org, and take a look and see what we've got. And, I think you'll be surprised to see just the depth and breadth of the curriculum that we have. And again, we stand behind it with the free trial as well as the money back guarantee.
That is unbelievable. All ships rise with the tide, right? That's right. That's fantastic. And I hope all the colleges out there are listening, because it'd be great if you guys offered 100% money back guarantee as well. No, but seriously. So I chuckled a little bit when you said that, because one of the things that I talk about with regard to any education, not just college, but formal education, informal education, is it's always about one thing. At the end of the day, it's always about the ROI. What can you get from that education? Which is why I have, my issues with a lot of, how the colleges work and stuff like that, because oftentimes the ROI just isn't there. People come out of school, they're $100,000 in debt, takes them another 6, 7, 10, 15 years to pay that off, and then finally they can start realizing a return on that education. Whereas you compare that to the trades, and if they go to trade school, it's way, way less. Or if they start as an apprentice, they're actually getting paid right away. So I think that it's fascinating that you guys already accounted for that, and at very least you break even, right? Because you have this money back guarantee, and the free 30-day trial, I think is really important too. Allows people the opportunity to say, hey, this is or this isn't for me. Especially with regard to, when we talk about like entrepreneurship, in my book, I mentioned that, entrepreneurship is a fantastic path into the, or from the trades, I should say, but it does take a very special skill set, and it takes a special mindset, and a lot of people make that leap and have no idea what they're getting themselves into. So just the fact that these resources are available through EGIA, and you have these benefits, the 30-day trial and the money back guarantee. I mean, it just goes to show that, anybody can see the opportunity in this industry. I mean, and if they didn't, you guys would be broke because you'd be giving everybody their money back, which isn't happening.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I can count on one hand the amount of time that we've actually had to do the money back. But again, it's something that exists. But typically everybody sees the value through the 30-day trial, want to go ahead and sign up. And so again, would just invite anybody to give it a look, and confident that you'll be amazed to see what's there, what tools and resources that could make your life a lot easier already exist and could be a resource to you, within your business into the future.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I've got like a million questions, but with respect for time, for both you and my audience, I want to touch on something. I want to make sure we get a chance to talk about it. You had mentioned a large event, a large annual event that you do every year called EPIC. So
right.
First off, is EPIC an acronym too, or is it just that EPIC?
It is. It is an acronym. So Educating Professionals in Contracting. So EPIC is what that stands for. And yeah, we've done it every year. I'm excited to get back to doing it this year. And it's our big annual marquee conference. It's just a fantastic event.
So talk to me a little bit about this event. What's awesome about it? I mean, It's in Vegas, right? So that's
right.
Yeah. So checks box number one.
Yeah. So location. So really kind of maybe let's take a step back and kind of tell you how we got to this point, right? Sure. So when we launched EGIA Contract Universe about 5 years ago, for the first year or two, what we were doing was these annual conferences, but we were putting them in regional locations. And so we were almost taking this conference on tour, where 1 month we'd be in San Antonio, the next month we'd be in Northern California, the next month we'd be in Chicago, and we would have like 5 or 6 stops, but it was essentially the same agenda. And we were just trying to take it to, the different regions, so make it a little easier on the travel requirements for our members and all that. That became very taxing on the organization, the exhibitors and sponsors that we had to kind of take that much time out of the business to go ahead and do that. So what we said kind of 2 years into this is we said, okay, why don't we pool all of our resources and do one big marquee annual conference? Let's put it in Las Vegas. People will want to attend it. And so in EPIC 2018 was the first year that we did that. We did it at the Cosmopolitan. We had about 400 contractors attend that year, sold it out 3 months in advance. We had a waiting list of, I think, 250 to 300 people that we unfortunately had to turn away. Didn't anticipate quite the demand when we did it. And our keynote speaker that year was Aaron Ralston. So people that are familiar with Aaron Ralston, he's the subject of the movie 127 Hours, gets lost hiking, chops off his own hand essentially to save his life and get freed from the boulder. Incredible story. So he was our keynote that year. The next year, moved right next door to the Bellagio. EPIC 2019 had close to 900 contractors in attendance. Again, sold out a month in advance with a waiting list, all of that. So we're like, wow, we're really onto something here. And we had a closing keynote by Magic Johnson 2 years ago. So really kind of leveled it up in terms of the star power, if you will, of the keynote. And then in EPIC 2020, we had planned a fantastic event. We know it happened in 2020. Nobody had events. COVID hit. Change of plans there. But we were lucky enough to essentially just postpone all of our plans for 2020 and reschedule them in 2021. And we're here now. And so what we're doing is we're doing a conference. We're going to have over 1,000 people in attendance. We're doing it at the Paris Las Vegas Resort Casino Hotel, right there on the Vegas Strip. Those are familiar with the Vegas Strip, the big Eiffel Tower building there. So we're doing it at Paris, and really excited about the agenda this year as well. So in the past, we kind of put all our eggs in one basket and said, okay, let's get one great closing keynote presenter. This year, we spread the wealth over 4 presentations over 2 days. And so we're kicking it off with an opening keynote presentation from Jon Taffer. Most people know Jon Taffer from the show Bar Rescue on TV, where he goes in and takes a struggling bar, changes the business around over the course of like 2 to 3 days, and then they're set off on a new path of success. So he's going to come in, give a really great opening keynote, just a huge personality, Jon Taffer is. So he'll kick it off for us. After that, we've got 2 different time slots that we're going to be doing 90-minute breakout sessions. And so we've got, over the course of 2 days, we've got 12 different breakouts, 3 different time slots, 12 different breakouts. So you get one of 4 options, if that makes sense. So at each time slot. And the great thing is that, we're going to be filming every single one of the breakouts. So if you attend the event and you miss it, that stuff is going to be posted on our website on demand so that you can watch the recording of the breakouts that you missed, you didn't have a chance to go see in person, on our website if you're a member. So that's just something important. So these breakouts are really, again, from industry experts, the who's who, kind of our trainer, our faculty that created the curriculum on EGIA Contractor University. But we're also bringing in people from outside the industry. So people like Jim Knight from Hard Rock International. He's coming in to talk about company culture. We're bringing in Jason
great.
Young.
I saw him speak at a conference a couple of years ago. Jim Knight, he's got a good personality, that guy.
Yeah. So you think of like Guy Fieri, right? On Food Network. He's that type of personality with the hair and all that. So he's coming in. We've got Jason Young, who has history at Southwest Airlines, and talk about customer service. So you not only have like the industry experts, but then we're bringing outsiders to kind of give a fresh perspective and approach to handling culture, customer service, like in an industry. So all those breakouts are going to occur over the course of the 2 days, but we're going to end day one with another keynote presentation from an act called the Passing Zone. So what is the Passing Zone? So the Passing Zone is one of those acts that you would see on kind of like America's Got Talent or the Today Show. So they're juggling fire, they're juggling chainsaws, doing, throwing knives and all that stuff. But it's not just entertaining. While they're doing that, they're delivering a really powerful message around teamwork and collaboration and trusting others on the team and all of that. So really going to deliver a powerful message in a package that is also going to be, an unforgettable presentation that you'll remember for a lifetime. Just the thing these guys are going to do up on stage is going to be mind-boggling. So they're going to close it out day one. Just to kind of wrap up day one, we're also going to do a product and services showcase. We've got about 60 to 70 of the top product and service vendors that service the home services industry. So people that are doing branded logo items, from marketing support, website development companies, all the type of services that you would need to run a successful business nowadays. We're going to have a product and services showcase. Equipment manufacturers are going to be there as well, so that the audience can see kind of the latest and greatest that's out there that they can implement into their own business. And then we close out day one with an unforgettable evening party, which is on the rooftop, right underneath the Eiffel Tower there, their rooftop outdoor lounge called Chateau. From 7 to 10 p.m., open bar, hors d'oeuvres, networking. You'll have a bird's eye view of the Bellagio fountains right across the street as they're going off. So we did our party there 2 years ago, and it was such a hit that everybody said, you have to go back there and do it again. It needs to be here every year. So we followed their advice, and we're going to have that open, that evening party from 7 to 10, the end of day one. So that's a full day. You've seen Jon Taffer, the Passing Zone, breakout sessions, product and service
just
showcase.
One day.
The evening party. And then we go into day two, which is Friday, October 29th. So first of all, the dates of this are October 28th and 29th. So day one's October 28th, day two, October 29th. We're going to start day two with a keynote presentation from Captain Sully Sullenberger. So he's going to come in and talk about leadership through adversity. And I think we all know the story there, Miracle on the Hudson, the major motion picture that was made after that. Tom Hanks played Captain Sully. So he's going to tell his story and share leadership, lessons with the audience there. So that's going to be a fantastic presentation. Then we go back to breakout sessions, and another 4 options. And then we come back, there's lunch, and then we have a closing keynote. So day 2 is a little bit shorter so that, people, it's Friday, it's Las Vegas. If they want to, they're staying over, they can get to the fun and festivities that they've got planned. But we close it out right after lunch on day 2 with a presentation from Daymond John from the Shark Tank. So, when you look at that lineup, Jon Taff, the Passing Zone, Captain Sully, Daymond John, I would challenge anybody to try to find another event that has happened in the home services industry that's had that kind of star power. And to your point, that's why we call it epic, right? You can't host an event, call it epic, and not deliver on that. So from the powerful content, the agenda, the celebrity keynotes, the parties, the networking, just the overall production value of everything that we put into it, the location, all of that has created epic. It's really, and why we've grown exponentially since we've done this in such a short period of time, and we're selling out every year that we're doing. We're on track to sell out again this year. We're going to have over 1,000 people, and we're really looking forward to getting back to seeing everybody in person since it's been so long, and unfortunately had to cancel in 2020. And just looking forward to a really fantastic event. So if anybody's interested in learning more about Epic and wants to register, the URL, the website address is epic2021event.com. That's epic2021event.com. All the information, the agendas, the bios of the speakers, videos that you can watch, previews, all of that is there, as well as the registration. And we've got a special promo code for all of your listeners, Josh, Blue50. So BLUE 50, number 50, will take $50 off of the registration fee if you enter that in when you register. But definitely need to hurry because we're going to be selling out here pretty quickly.
Oh, that's unbelievable. I'm this close to canceling my plans and coming myself. That it certainly sounds epic. And you know what I love the most about it, Jeff, is this is, we often talk, right, about the skilled trades, the labor gap, all of this, the perception problems, and a big narrative that I hear is that the trades just aren't sexy, right? There's nothing cool about the trades. It's hard work. A lot of times it's very, very hard work, and it's just that old school mentality. But when you bring something like this to the table, it changes the entire narrative. The content and, just the overall feel that this has just by talking to you. I mean, I haven't been to an event, but I can only imagine, that this can change the entire game for how the trades are actually viewed, as well. And not just that, but obviously such an incentive for those already in the trades, to be able to attend something like this. But, just absolutely unbelievable. I think that this is something that all my listeners need to check out, need to look into. And, like Jeff said there, use that code Blue50 for $50 off registration. But really, really great stuff.
Yeah, thanks. And I agree with you. I mean, we thought that there was definitely the lack of a marquee conference in this industry that really kind of delivered the star power that a lot of other industries have, right? We looked across the landscape, and there's a lot of great expos and smaller conferences and all of that, but none that really kind of bring in these A-list business celebrities. And so that's what we've tried to create with Epic, and we hope that everybody has a chance to experience what we're going to be doing this year. And if you can't join this year, take a look at it, an Epic conference in the future, because we're going to be around for a while, and we're going to be doing this into the future, the foreseeable future, and just really excited about what we've got coming up. I mean, we're under 2 months now, and again, just it's going to be great to see everybody back in person and get a chance to have some fun, let our hair down, and see some of the who's who of the industry, as well as celebrity keynotes that are going to deliver unforgettable messages that everybody can take home and implement day one into their business.
Absolutely. No, that's really, really awesome. So again, I hope everybody listening definitely checks it out. it's going to be something real cool, and I'm really excited about it. I'm so happy that I crossed paths with you and with CJ, and excited to be involved in any capacity that I can. This is right up my alley, and I appreciate that. So with that, Jeff, before we close it out, is there anything else that you wanted to tell the audience?
No, I'll just restate the URLs in case anybody wants information about all the stuff that we talked about. So our 501c3 charitable nonprofit, EgiaFoundation.org, all about bridging the labor gap that exists in the industry. You can check out alwaysindemand.com. That's how we talk to young individuals and present the opportunities that exist. We've got a lot of great infographics about salary potential, how you can open your own business, the pathways, scholarships that are available. So check that out. Egia.org is our main corporate site. So it talks about everything that we do, from utility and government operations, the financing, the contractor training. And then epic2021event.com. That's our big annual conference that we're doing in 2 months that we just talked about. All the details are there. And again, Blue50 is the promo code that will take $50 off the registration for that. We, hopefully we'll see a lot of your listeners out there.
Yeah, I hope so, Jeff. But man, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show and sharing all that with me and my audience. I think we learned a lot today, and this is definitely something that everybody not only needs but will want to be aware of. So, thanks again for sharing your time with us, man.
No, thank you. Appreciate you having me.